Dr. Blake was found murdered in a lab this morning.
Anna, she was my wife.
Is there anything unusual in your wife working with Peter Latimer late?
There was nothing unusual.
Anna Blake booked 2 same-day return flights to Lerwick, one for herself, the other for Peter Latimer.
Dr. Blake's computer's still running and it's password protected. Just have a look at the contents of Finley's camera.
Gina, what was in the attachments?
Photographs of me going about my life. It was creepy.
Joe Blake, any idea why he would come back during term time?
How does he mean? When did he come back?
Last night.
What happened? Who is it?
It's Peter Latimer.
Coast Guard get Peter Latimer back to Lerwick, okay?
Yeah, Anna's body too. He'll be in a hospital bed by now.
I mean, look at this. What does that look like to you?
Like something was dragged from here inside.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It's hard to tell. Hard to tell.
Borough Road. Church Road. Church Road, camera 2. Commercial Street. Asbury Place, Borough Road, Church Road, camera 2. Commercial Street, camera down.
That was a hospital. It's Latimer. His condition's deteriorating. I think you better get down there quick.
3, 4, 5.
1, 2.
4, 5.
1, 2.
They must have some idea when planes can fly again.
Darling, please. Patience.
You're fine. You have your work to distract you.
Did you not bring a book, or...?
Why would I bring a book? I came here to see Bill on our anniversary.
There's plenty of books here if you want to... They're not all about birds. Somebody left the Da Vinci Code.
Tosh.
That's Latimer's.
Sure.
It was there when I searched his room.
So what do you think? Came out here with a hip flask full of whiskey and then fell asleep with a cigarette in the go.
I had an uncle who did something similar, except with a chip pan. Nearly burnt himself to a crisp. He's only allowed oven ready now. Do you still want to talk to Finlay?
Aye. And the rest.
You know, after Frank attacked him yesterday, you'd have thought he'd have stayed in here for his own safety. Could drink in here, could smoke in here, he's disabled the alarm. So after all the aggro of yesterday, why would you put yourself at risk again and tramp halfway across the island to booze it up in a cold, dark hut? It doesn't make sense.
He must have gone there to meet someone.
Sir, Peter Latimer just died. He went into cardiac arrest and couldn't be resuscitated. They're making arrangements to move the body now.
Okay, before they do, have Cora examine the body and request that they fast-track the forensics, okay?
I'll call her now.
Peter Latimer just died.
Two work colleagues killed in suspicious circumstances less than 24 hours apart.
No, I know. When Anna was attacked, then there was no defensive wounds. Nobody heard a thing. And you know, I think people here know a lot more than they're letting on.
You think it's the same person involved in both deaths?
Maybe. Unless Latimer's a revenge killing for Anna. But we shouldn't get too far ahead of ourselves until we've spoken to Cora. And in the meantime, we should be talking to her stalker.
Where is everybody?
Frank's not here. Joe's been missing since last night.
Finley, I'd like a word with you in private, please, in the reading room. As soon as Frank gets back, tell him I want to see him.
I would like to apologize for my behavior yesterday.
That's very big of you. You know you're probably facing a charge of obstruction, right?
You managed to access the memory card then?
Eventually, yes. It's quite an eye-opener.
You can understand my reaction.
I don't care about your reaction. I'm far more concerned about your behavior in the first place. Because you've got hundreds of photographs of Anna Blake.
You can't always control how you feel about people.
How did you feel about her?
I
mean, did you love her? Did you hate her?
I worshipped her. I just wanted to be part of her life, to be close to her. The photographs were the only option available to me.
That's not really true.
She could have any man she wanted. You can imagine what she'd make of an advance from the likes of me.
Okay. What about Gina? What about her?
You know about that? I never would have hurt Anna, and I never hurt Gina.
Scared Gina, though?
No, I was teasing her. I wanted her to know she had a secret admirer.
She didn't want one. And I'm very sure that neither did Anna Blake. Take a seat. I need to know exactly where you were last night.
I was around here.
Be more specific.
I was at the chapel.
For how long?
I got there about 6, and I left at around 8:30.
Around 8:30?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't looking at my watch.
Why'd you stay so long?
I was praying for Anna.
Sir?
You better be telling me the truth.
Bill and Tessa have given each other an alibi. They were together in their room.
That's very handy.
I feel a bit sorry for them. Some wedding anniversary.
I take it that's not why you called me out here.
Look, your dad called. He said Frank's at the chapel.
Popular place.
He's worried about him. He said he's been there since first light.
Hi, Joe.
Is Angus in?
No, he's not.
Is that the truth?
Look, I'm really sorry about what happened to your mum. You know, we're all really sorry, Joe.
Will you even tell him that I called?
Of course I'll tell him.
You should go back.
You got the note, didn't you?
Eh?
You found the note?
Come on, son. You better go back.
What note?
I don't know what he's on about.
He hasn't moved for 2 hours.
Okay, Dad.
Peter Latimer died of his injuries 45 minutes ago.
You expecting regret?
I'm not expecting anything.
God knows it was coming.
What makes you say that?
There were many occasions when I had to go up to the hide to fetch him when he was half cut, as he'd sloped off for a session.
So you knew he drank then?
When he first arrived, he played the Oxford golden boy to a T. But after a while, I got to know him. I saw a different side to him.
Which was what?
Crippling self-doubt about the work. Is it good enough? Is it original enough? Am I making a contribution? In short, are they wasting their lives?
Well, we've all thought like that from time to time.
No. Not Anna. Anna never had any self-doubt. Her personal life might have been a bit of a mess, but when it came to her work, she was something else.
Where were you last night?
I was at the center.
Anybody verify that?
No, I was alone.
Do you know where Joe is? Apparently he's gone missing.
Joe often goes off on his own. He's a loner. He always has been. I've been using it as an excuse to be a bad father for far too long. Joe wouldn't hurt anyone.
No, I'm not suggesting he would. I just need to establish where he was.
Maybe I should have said he was with me.
Wouldn't make any difference in the end, would it, Frank?
How is he?
Coping as best he can, I suppose.
The sooner this nightmare ends, the sooner we can start repairing the damage done to this community.
We're going as fast as we can, Dad.
I know that, son, but this place is unlike anywhere else in so many respects. Even Finlay has found God. Gordon came in last night to lock off and he found him just sitting there. Didn't want to disturb him.
What time was that?
About 8:30, I think he said. For the sake of this wee lump of rock, Jimmy, catch this person.
Don't worry, Dad.
Right, Finlay Caulfield looks like he's got an alibi. According to my dad, he was at the chapel last night at about 8:30, which would make it impossible for him to have set fire to the hide.
Angus? Any luck?
Getting there. Most passwords are run through an algorithm that generate a scrambled string of characters that can't be reversed back to the original text.
Right.
And that's called a one-way hash. So, to crack a password means getting a copy of the one-way hash in the server, then using the algorithm to generate lots of hashes until you get a match.
And does that mean you're getting there?
It's only a matter of when.
Right. Okay, I think you're right. Peter and Anna were having an affair.
Oh, yeah?
And if you're right, then that would give Frank a motive for killing them both.
Extreme.
Betrayal and humiliation are extreme.
Bingo! I got you in.
He was clearly on the bubble.
The what?
It's an expression used by surgeons in the US military for patients with 50% burns. On the bubble refers to a patient balanced on the threshold between life and death.
Why bubble?
Apparently, it relates to the Indy 500 race in America. If a driver was only just about to qualify for the race proper and a rival posted a better time, then the first driver's dreams are dashed and his bubble is burst. Isn't that terrific?
Not if you're that driver.
Oh, no. But as a metaphor, it's... Hello? What's this?
Tosh. There's nothing of any note in Anna's inboxes or outboxes, but there's this.
Dear Professor Martinez, who's that?
It's Latimer's department head at Oxford.
I am duty bound by our professional ethics to report a distressing situation relating to your colleague Peter Latimer. Oh my God. Latimer was fabricating research data
And look at the date it was written.
2 weeks before she died. Why wasn't it sent?
Obviously something happened to stop it.
Such as?
Well, their trip to Lerwick was only 3 days later.
You think it's related?
Right. I won't be long.
How are you?
I don't know where to put myself.
We lost someone. Changes how you look at the world. But you live.
Sandy.
Cora found a fracture at the back of Latimer's skull.
In her view, it was almost certainly caused by a severe blow.
Right, or a fall.
No, the location of the fracture.
Isn't one normally associated with impact fractures resulting from a fall backwards? In Cora's view, Latimer was hit hard from behind.
Okay, good work.
Oh, and I found footage of Anna and Latimer.
Entering Commercial Street. But the cameras on Commercial Street itself were down that day. I'm going to try and bridge that gap.
Right, listen, keep in touch, because you're all I've got over there, okay? Right. Why would Peter Latimer start fabricating his research data?
What are you talking about?
Well, I just found the draft of an accusatory email on Anna's computer intended for Latimer's department head at Oxford University.
Draft? Written when?
2 weeks ago.
I have no idea what all that's about. I have no idea why she didn't send it. It's not Anna. And I dealt with everything in the moment when it occurred. That way she could focus on what was really important.
Right, her work. What about her relationship with Peter Latimer? Is it possible that there was something going on between the two of them? Did you ever have any suspicions?
No. Never occurred to me. Is that it?
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Can I go now?
For now, sure.
Are you any closer to finding out who actually killed her? I mean, it's an island. How difficult can it be?
Sergeant, could you take a look at this with me?
What have we got?
Are the timelines for these CCTV footages correct?
Yeah.
Well, then it looks to me like when Latimer enters Commercial Street, he's not got a bag. And when he leaves, he has.
Sir, Sandy noticed that Latimer was carrying a backpack when they emerged from Commercial Street.
And you didn't find it when you searched Latimer's room? And you searched his room in the morning, which means that it must already have been missing by the time that the hide was set alight. It was odd that he went out that morning. He must have known that it was going to look suspicious.
Sure this is where you saw Latimer, Tosh?
Yep, over there.
Yeah, definitely. That's approximately 275 yards to there.
That's impressive.
Well, I spent a lifetime at sea, Tosh, estimating the distance between one wave and the other. You get that wrong and you can be...
Quite literally sunk.
Shall we... Sure you don't want to check out the wreckage of the Heinkel?
No, I think it's a wee bit obvious, Dad.
What's the Heinkel?
The German planes brought down in 1941. It's just up over the hill there.
Hello?
Sandy.
Sandy, I was just about to call you.
The pathologist
confirms Cora's suspicion about Latimer's head injury. He would have had to be running backwards into a tree at 30 mile an hour to
sustained that amount of damage.
Okay. Any more from forensics on Anna Blake?
They're still working on
the bruising on her face, more as it comes through.
Right.
I also want you to go on to the Royal Bank of Scotland in Commercial Street. I want you to ask them if there was a withdrawal for £10,000 under the name of Peter Latimer.
Okay, I'll do that now.
Right. Pathology have confirmed that Peter Latimer was hit from behind. So, he hid the 10 grand in the morning, knowing that we were arriving. Why didn't he want to be found with it on him?
Well, he took the money out with Anna, so it's reasonable to assume it had something to do with her.
Right, well, whatever the reason, get on to Rona and tell her that we're now looking at a double murder inquiry. And that I think that we're looking for the same killer for both crimes.
Hi, Joe.
I need to speak to you.
Okay.
I know who killed my mother.
Okay, come on in, son. Have a seat, if you like. This is Detective Sergeant McIntosh.
Oh, yeah.
I was just about to make a cup of tea. Do you want one? Right, what do you take?
Milk.
Just milk.
Do you want to know?
Sure. I'm just a wee bit concerned that it's taken me this long to come and tell us.
Donnie Tulloch.
Donnie Tulloch. Donnie Tulloch killed your mum.
Yes.
Now, that's a really serious allegation, Joe. How do you know this?
He was at the research centre that night.
Well, of course he was. Because the dance was for Angus's 18th birthday party. I mean, most of the island was there. You know your mum wasn't attacked until everyone had gone home. So, why Donnie? I mean, why would he do a thing like that?
They didn't want me there.
Who didn't?
Donnie. And my parents.
Didn't want you where? The dance?
They wanted me anywhere but there. They had an agreement to make me stay away.
I'm sorry, Joe, I don't understand. You had an agreement to stay away from the dance?
No. From Angus.
Yes, the name is Peter Latimer. Yes, £10,000 in cash. Can you give that dog something to eat? I can't take the big doe eyes anymore.
It's for his own good.
Well, then can you take him for a walk or something? Honestly, I can't bear it. Okay, could you try Dr. Peter Latimer?
So did Donnie and Isabel see you as being a bad influence on Angus?
Donnie did. I don't think Isabel knew about us.
And what about Angus? Did he feel the same way?
I thought so.
Right. And then Donnie found out about the relationship.
He saw us together. Hit the roof.
So your parents agreed to send you away,
My mother did.
but you came back on Angus's 18th birthday.
Yeah.
And you came back to make a point.
Suppose so.
Hi, Sandy.
They got into an argument that night, Donnie and Mum. He blames her for me turning up out of the blue. Said she wasn't taking the situation seriously enough.
Right. First things first. Donnie's in the wrong about this, Joe. But there's absolutely no evidence to connect him with any crime.
You coming up for your friend?
No, son. But I can't go around accusing people of murder based on nothing.
Peter Latimer didn't withdraw £10,000 from his bank account. Anna withdrew it from hers. It smells like some sort of payoff, but for what? Where are you going?
I need to go and talk to Donnie about Joe. I need some straight answers.
Hello.
I didn't think we'd see you today. How's it going?
Fine, fine. Is Donny here?
He's in the kitchen. He smelt my scones from over the road. He's got a nose like a bloodhound.
Hello.
Some serious baking going on in there?
So see. Hi.
Hi.
What are you two doing?
Just playing some stupid game.
Yeah, it's for kids, really. We're regressing.
Oh, well, maybe it's no bad thing.
Jimmy, you can't stop them growing up, no matter how much you want to.
Oh, no, just to stop you worrying about them. How's she?
She's fine. Yeah. She's fine.
Right.
You got time for a cuppa?
No, I want to talk to Donny.
I thought I heard your voice.
You got time for a wee chat in private?
Oh, sounds serious.
Mm-hmm.
Kitchen's all yours.
Thanks, Mum.
I was thinking about you today, actually.
What's that?
I was up at the South Lighthouse. Reminded me of the time when we broke in there. Do you remember?
No, I remember that you broke in there.
No, it was your idea. I was just a muscle.
It was the same summer there was those, geography students got stranded, wasn't it?
That's right. You and me and 15 girls. Happy days, eh?
I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Fire away.
You and Anna Blake have an argument the night she died.
No, why would we?
Nah, just somebody said they overheard you and her having words, that's all.
Who?
Well, if it didn't happen, it doesn't matter, does it?
We had a discussion. It's a wee bit heated.
About what?
One is personal, Jimmy.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
It doesn't have anything to do with what happened.
That's for me to decide.
You interviewing me here? Do you see what this is?
I need to know things like this. Helps me see the big picture.
It was about the kids. Joe's been leading Angus astray. It's bad news, Jimmy. He's a troubled boy. Anna had her head in the sand about the whole thing. You're not thinking I had something to do with her death?
I never said that.
Jimmy. You really think I could do something like that?
I don't think anything of the sort. I'll tell you this, though. It's not just Anna Blake that could stick her head in the sand. Tosh.
I've just had a thought. I'm not sure if it's a good thought, but it's a thought.
Well, try me.
Well, if we're looking for proof of an affair between Latimer and Anna, then who better to ask than Finlay? He's been recording every detail of her life for the past few months, hasn't he?
Potato scones. That's what used to pass for a vegetable in my house. Don't look so concerned, Finlay. I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions.
That is excellent news. Thank you. The storm has moved over to Iceland. Commercial flights are due to resume in 3 hours. The new research group will be arriving soon.
So we can go? Better tell Finlay. He'll be pleased.
You took 362 photographs of Anna Blake. You must have spent quite a bit of time watching her, so you must have seen things and heard things that nobody else did.
I'm not a gossip, Detective Inspector.
Hmm. When I spoke to you earlier, you told me that Anna Blake could have any man she wanted. So did she want Peter Latimer?
And it doesn't feel right talking about her like this. She did something stupid and she regretted it.
Did she have an affair?
Briefly.
How brief?
It didn't last any longer than 3 weeks. It started when Latimer first arrived.
Why did it end?
She grew tired of him. He was flattered by her attention, and then when she withdrew it, he slunk back to the bottle.
And did Frank know?
Well, not at first.
But he found out.
Angus still overseeing Cassie?
Yes, I...
What's wrong, Donny?
It's nothing.
I know when something's wrong. So Jimmy on the road back?
He asked me a couple of questions.
He asked you a couple of questions?
Aye.
About what?
Forget about it. Doesn't matter.
Finlay said I'd find you up here.
I needed to give myself something to do.
You mind if we have a word? Come in.
So has there been a development?
Yeah, in the manner of speaking. It's about Anna and Peter Latimer.
Right.
We have a statement that says that they were having an affair.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry to break it to you like that, but I had a feeling that maybe you suspected after you told me that your wife was not perfect.
No. You misunderstood. I was...
Okay, you have to stop lying to me. I don't know whose reputation you're trying to protect, whether it's your own or your wife's. But whichever way it is, you have to start being straight with me now.
It didn't seem relevant. It wasn't the first time.
Well, then of course it's relevant, and especially if it's not the first time.
She promised me that it had stopped. You know, all that. The affairs. I hated it. I hated it. But I learned to live with it.
You should have told me. You should also have told me about Anna sending Joe away.
Anna only did that to protect him. I know it may not look like the perfect marriage to you, but we loved each other.
Tosh, Finley's confirmed that Anna and Peter Latimer were having an affair, and Frank knew about it.
He knew?
Yeah, I don't think Anna realised that. I think she was trying to protect him.
Did you mention the 10 grand?
No. I didn't want to finish him off with the notion that Anna might also have been planning to leave him.
She wasn't, was she?
No, I know that, but, might have occurred to Frank.
Maybe. When Anna told Latimer about the email, he threatened her back with telling Frank about them. She knew it would break Frank in half.
Well, that would certainly explain why the email was never sent.
And possibly the £10,000 payoff.
Isabel, you can't be in here.
I need to talk to you, Jimmy.
That's fine, but we should go outside.
But what's going on? Why did you question Donny?
Look, come on, let's go for a walk.
Was he having an affair with Joe Blake's mum? Is that it?
No, it's nothing like that. I mean, I don't even think it's something you should be that worried about.
Look, I was the first girl who ever let you kiss her. You owe me.
Talk to Donnie. Talk to him about Angus and Joe. Okay? It'll be fine.
I've got Sandy on the line. He was checking out Latimer and he came across a conference in Hawaii 8 years ago that Latimer was presenting a paper at. You're going to want to hear this.
Okay, we'll put him on speakerphone. Okay, Sandy, what you got?
Also given a paper at the same conference, Dr. Bill Warren.
See, Latimer's CV is relatively short and uninteresting because of his age and
The fact that he's not very prolific. So,
I just thought I'd do some more research on Bill Warren.
And he found this, taken at Infotaka in 1997. It's a research station on a nature reserve in Malaysia. This is Bill Warren 17 years ago, and this woman whose waist he has his arms so comfortably around.
It's Anna Blake.
And one more thing. There is also
an online blog written by Bill and his 12-year-old son, David, when they took a trip of a lifetime to the Galapagos Islands in 2009.
Is there a picture of the boy?
He looks just like Joe Blake.
Yeah, but it is definitely David Warren. He died of leukemia 6 months after the trip was made.
It was because he had terminal leukemia that they went.
So, Anna Blake and Bill Warren were in Malaysia 17 years ago.
Anna Blake's son Joe is 17. To rewind a bit, Bill Warren said that before he came to Fair Isle, he didn't know Anna Blake except through her work. So he lied, and I think we all know why. Dr. Warren, you waiting on someone?
Sort of. The planes are flying again. We managed to get seats on the 6:30. I was just looking to see if I could spot it coming in.
You got just enough time to answer a couple of questions.
Yes, of course, if it'll help. I'll just let my wife know.
No, it's okay. It won't take long. You just come into the reading room.
All right. All right, is cup of tea?
Yep. Angus, can you go up to your room, please?
I'm not 5, you know.
I just want to talk to your dad in private. Go on. Oh, Christ, I can barely get you out of the bloody room, and now you want to be in the belly of the Kirk. Go on.
Go on, Angus.
Talk to me about Joe Blake now.
Joe. Where have you been?
What's the matter?
We need to talk.
Bit late for talking, don't you think?
I should never have agreed to you being sent away. It was wrong. But at the time we thought that maybe a bit of breathing space. You know, with your mother, I didn't always feel that I had the right to intervene. But you're my son. And I love you.
You made me feel ashamed of who I am.
I know. And that will never happen again. I promise.
Did you know that Anna had fallen pregnant?
No. We maintained contact for a year or so afterwards. Professional contact. And she made no mention of a child.
So you had no idea that you had a son?
No.
But when you arranged the placement here...
I knew it was her, of course. 18 years is a long time. There was no reason to suppose that it would affect our working relationship here. It didn't.
And it didn't occur to you that every time she mentioned Joe, she was talking about...
She wasn't in the habit of talking about him. Joe wasn't here in my time on Fair Isle, so I never came across him.
Until the dance, right?
Tessa said that she had seen a boy on the boat who looked so much like David that it broke her heart all over again.
We've seen a photograph. They look like a lovely boy, Dr. Warren.
Well, we were extremely close. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just take your time.
When I found out that Joe was Anna's son, I put two and two together.
And what, you confronted her with that?
Yes. Anna told me that she had discovered she was pregnant on the flight home from Malaysia. And as was her character, by the time the flight had landed, she had decided that it was in the best interests of all concerned that I remain blissfully ignorant, while she and Frank bring up the child as theirs. When I knew the truth, I felt like I'd lost two children. I couldn't believe she'd done that to me, denied me the chance to be a father.
How did that make you feel?
Well, I suppose I'd suppressed so much that I just couldn't anymore. I wanted to kill her. And that's what I did.
Let me get this straight. You're saying you killed Anna Blake because she hid the fact that you had a son together?
Yes, that's right.
Hi, Sandy. What have you got?
The forensic analysis of the bruising on Anna's face has just come through. There is one key finding.
Okay. Let's just go over what actually happened, okay?
I don't think it could be any clearer to you.
Well, to you, maybe. Okay, so you're saying that when you found out that Joe was your son and that Anna had kept that from you, you were furious.
Yes.
And during an argument, you lashed out?
Yes, that's right. I struck her.
Sorry, with which hand?
My left. Anna tried to push me out of the laboratory. I'm ashamed to say that I knocked her to the floor.
And left her to die of her injuries.
Oh, God. It was a moment of madness. It's something that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Let me see your left hand. Within the bruise, there's a mark that was left by a hand with a ring on it. You don't wear a ring. But your wife, Tessa, does. Are you trying to protect your wife?
No, it was me. Why on earth would she do that?
Well, let's find out, Tosh. Go and find Mrs. Warren and hold her in the common room. Oh, Peter Latimer. Did he hear something? Did he see something?
Latimer knew that something had happened. He said he was sure there was a perfectly simple explanation. Clearly he was going to blackmail us. I couldn't allow that to happen. Not to Tess.
Sir, Mrs. Warren's not in the centre. Finlay says he saw her walking south towards the cliffs.
No, wait. You just stay here, and I'll go and find her. Tessa. If you think this is the only choice you've got, it isn't, you know. Be your husband.
Some people look at all this terrible beauty and they see the hand of God in it. But where was God when my David died? Where was God then? She didn't know what it was like to lose a child. I simply asked her to let Bill into Joe's life so he could be a father again. She didn't care. She just turned away.
I don't know where God was when your son died. Or my wife, for that matter. But killing yourself isn't going to make anything better, Tessa. It's just going to make everything that wee bit harder for everybody who loves you and cares about you. Whatever you say now, I know you didn't mean to kill Anna. Nobody thinks you did.
But somebody has to be punished.
None of this. Tessa. Come on. Please. Come on. Thanks.
Oh, absolutely any time. Cassie's a lovely girl. You're doing a fine job.
You think so?
Yes.
And maybe when you're over next month getting your hair done, I'll take Jimmy for a pint and we'll catch up proper.
I'd like that, aye. All right, Donnie?
I'll see you, Jimmy, eh? Sorry for being an idiot.
See you.
Thanks.
It'll be fine.
Thanks.
And next time you're over in the mainland, you know you're always welcome. Come stay with us.
I like that.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye, Angus.
Cheers.
So, see you next time, Grandad.
In the meantime, watch out for the boys.
Which ones?
All of them. Lerwick's a big place.
So, I'll see you for a pint.
It's a date. Life's too short, Jimmy.
No.
Tosh, how are your sea legs? Why?
Well, because if you thought the flight over was rough, I think you're about to experience the true meaning of the word. I just remember it was you that insisted on sailing.
Anything's better than the death plane.
We'll see, Dad. Not so long next time.
Cass.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have a wee word with you about Angus.
I know he's gay. So what?
Okay.
Shtlnd will return for a new series. We'll let you know when. Next, a show of force from Ukraine to regain control in the east of the country is condemned by Russia, and remembering the 96 who died at Hillsborough. It's the BBC News at 10.